use your products. Don't be stingy. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Vicky and I love all things fragrance, body care, beauty, and I love a good haul. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you miss any of my uploads. Okay, y'all, I think lately this has been one of my most requested types of videos. So I do have some notes here. If I keep looking down, and y'all know, if you don't know, I have like a short attention span. I cannot stay focused. So I have a concise list, I think, of how I get through my products. So I'm just going to share that with you all. And yeah, we're just going to go from there. Okay, before we get into the video, I just want to say this is what works for me. This is how I do it. This is what works for me. I'm not going to say it's going to work for you. I'm also not going to debate about what one person might think is using too much. Yeah, what one decides to do with what they spent their money on, that's their prerogative. And that's just that. So it's not like, I'm not saying this to be rude or anything, but I'm just saying this is what works for me. So I'm not going to say it's going to work for the next person, but this is how I get through my products. So let's get to this. Okay, so right now I think I have 8 tips here. So yeah, tip number 1, assess your collection. So by that, I mean, you have to pretty much take inventory of what you have to really see the amount of products you have, whether if you have a little bit of items in your collection or a lot. The reality is you need to figure out what you have. Maybe not each item individually, but you need to kind of get a good idea of how many items you have in total so that you are really faced with the reality, especially if you have a large collection. It kind of lights that fire under your feet to say, all right, listen, we got to buckle down. We got to get through these products. We have to either like scale back on how much we're buying, or we have to be really intentional about getting things used up. Also, don't be afraid to get rid of things. It's part of your assessing your collection. So whether if you give it away, you donate it, you sell it on like Mercari, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, whatever have you. Don't be afraid to get rid of things. Check your items to see if they're still even, good to use, because back in December, I probably tossed 8 to 10 creams just because when you shake them, sometimes it sounds like they're separating a little, like the product itself inside the tube. I'm more so talking about the body creams from Bath and Body Works. It kind of sounds like there's, I don't know, it just sounds weird when you shake it up. It doesn't, you know how when you buy a new cream, you shake it, you don't hear anything, and it sounds like it's all, cohesive, it's together, it's smooth. So check your items, get rid of what you can get rid of so that you kind of have a good idea of what you have in totality. What else do I have? Do I have anything else? Any more addendums? So especially Bath and Body Works items, those creams, check those expiration dates, see what you can, what needs to be used up sooner rather than later. I think I have an empty one. So I have this empty one right here. If you can tell, there are some numbers kind of hot stamped at the top here. So that first number is going to be the year it was produced in. And I think the next 3 numbers are the actual day. So I don't know if you can see what that says, but the first number is 1 and the second 3 are 299. So this is Cozy Sunday. I feel like I'm mad close. This Cozy Sunday evening or morning or whatever. This came out towards the end of December of 2020. 2021, I want to say, going into 2022, I think. So yeah, it's empty, so we don't gotta worry about any of that. But I did check these items before I used them, and if I feel like any product, even if I do start using it, if any product ever starts feeling weird on me, that's it. I'm not gonna use it. And I don't care what size my collection is at that point. Like if I have 2 items, if I put something on my skin and it feels weird, that's it. So plenty of videos circulating around the internet, and even not just videos, but even on like Google, for you to find out like when these creams, not just the creams, but when your Bath and Body Works. And I think these same numbers are on the Victoria's Secret and Pink products as well, so that you get an idea of how old they are. Okay, so number 2 I have is kind of dedicated towards starting an actual use it up project. And that is to pick a category to focus on. Such as if you want to focus on getting your fine fragrance mist countdown, lotions, body creams, whatever. So for me, my focus is the moisturizers, such as like the lotions, the body creams, things like that. So that is my focus. What else do I have here? Because I want to make sure I'm reading my notes right. Okay, yes. So pick a category to focus on. So from that, you can essentially build how you're gonna, like your plan of attack, if you will. So since I picked X amount of lotions and creams that I want to focus on for in whatever period of time, I can then build around that. How I'm gonna go about layering and using perfumes and everything, and doing it that way. And for me personally, when I do a use it up, I will have like 10 to 12 different scents that I will pick for the use it up. But generally, I'm really only rotating between 2, maybe even 3 scents of that bunch at a time, because I feel like you can't put a true dent into an item if you're not frequently using it. So I feel like even if you have 5 products and you use one every day, you're still not going to see a dent in those, because there's no real time spent with using it, if that makes sense. As opposed to if you have that one set and you use it for 5 days straight, and just figure out different ways to mix it up if you don't want it to seem monotonous, you know, like you're doing the same thing over and over again, if that's going to be an issue for you. That's why it's always fun to layer, find new ways to enjoy the scent. So highly recommend using that method, especially using the moisturizers as your root, and then building from there. What is that called? Whatever that's called. Number 3, I have here, I kind of said that at the same time, pick 2 to 3 scents to start rotating between. Another thing I want to throw in here, when you're building your use it up, what I have learned from experience and trying these use it ups, pick scents you like. Okay? If they're older and you just know you don't like them, you're not going to reach for them, please do not force the scents on yourself. Like, there may have very well been a time that you really did like the scent, and now it just doesn't give you the same feels. It's okay. If you want to hold on to it, that's your prerogative. But for me, I feel like if I pick up a scent and I know it's getting older and I'm like, I'm not really vibing with the scent like I once was, it's okay to let it go. Because by the time you remember to get back to it, it's probably going to be time to discard of it. So there's that. But yes, pick scents you like, because when you do, you're more likely to wear them. So that's one thing I learned. Even though before I was trying to do like fun themes to help me with the use it ups, really I was just gravitating towards the scents that I really wanted to wear. So those were the ones that were getting the dents and that were getting emptied. So now this time around, I noticed I've been emptying a significant amount more than what I had been, because I'm picking scents that I'm like craving to wear, if that makes sense. Next, I feel like I've said this already in the other tips, but find other items in your collection that can complement it, whether if it's perfume, especially body wash, whatever, etc. And this will help you to change it up while using the same products multiple days in a row. So I'm going to lead into the next one because I opened the door for that. Use your lotions, creams, and fine fragrance mists in the shower. So when you first start the shower water, you let it get hot and you get the steam going, spray your fragrance mist in there. You know, so it starts to set up, you know, leaves a nice little aroma in there. And I had only done that with my aromatherapy mist. I didn't do that with the regular fine fragrance mists until this year. So once I started doing that, I'm flying through these mists and I love that. Especially because a lot of these I've been picking up for Use It Up. I have backups too. And I'm just like wondering, am I ever going to get to that backup at the rate that I have been going with my fine fragrance mists? So definitely use them in the shower. Use your lotions, body creams in the shower. So there are a plethora of ways you can go about this. You can use your lotions and creams. You can mix them with your body wash. You can mix them with shower gels. You can put them on your skin. You can use them as like your to shave with them. So how I've done it is I've used them just mixing them with body wash, shower gels, maybe even leaving them on for an extra couple of minutes as like a body conditioner, because I remember Olay used to have those body conditioners that you put on, leave on your skin for a few minutes and then rinse it off. Or after you exfoliate your skin, then you put some on, still kind of like a body conditioner. So those are the ways I have personally used them in the shower. But I've seen other ways where using them to shave. I think someone commented that they use them in their hair. Listen, I have locks. I can't get nothing trapped in these. Okay, so I will not be experimenting with that. I put be as generous as you'd like, because the amount you use really is at the end of the day up to you. So do with that what you will. So for me, when I go and I get in the shower, my routine is after I do my base clean with bar soap, Castile soap, I start with the first layer of body wash, put in some lotion with it, round one, then I scrub, like exfoliate with a body scrub, then round two, another round of body wash, lotion, do all the things, rinse it off, feminine wash, then water goes off, then the oil, and then we're out the shower, and then we are using that same moisturizer most likely once we get out of the shower. So as you see, it's getting multiple uses, especially when it's lotion. Those will empty out so quick if you go about it that way. And you don't even have to, I'll be in there like a freaking car wash cycle. So you don't even have to go 2 rounds with the body wash and lotion. You could really just do one. But because me, I'm like, listen, these things need to be out of here like yesterday, okay? Yesterday. I want them out. So if this is how I can use them and still enjoy them. So that's why I say it's good if you have some type of body wash or shower gel that's complementary, even if it could be the same, like a set, you know how Bath & Body Works has the sets, or it could be something where they just go together. You know, it just works. You can take all this info with a grain of salt, but I'm just reminding you, this is how I'm flying through my products, okay? Another tip I will give is to reapply during the day if you can. So I do work hybrid now, so on the days I go into the office, I don't reapply anything. I just put on what I can put on before I leave, and that's it. But when I'm home, okay, what I'm gonna do is every time I use the restroom, after you wash your hands, dry your hands, I spray myself again with some fragrance mist, and whatever lotion that I'm using, that I'm rotating between, I will use that for my hands. You know, you just lotion your hands, go up to your elbow a little bit. You use the restroom 2 or 3 times at home. Again, every little bit is gonna count. All right. And I think this is my last tip. And I think this one tip has been the game changer as far as the fine fragrance mists go. Count your sprays. It could be the fake accountant in me or whatever, but count your sprays, because before I started doing that, I'm thinking in my head, I'm over spraying. I'm spraying a lot. I'm spraying so much, and I'm not seeing a dent all like that, even though I'm really spraying. But once I started counting them sprays, I realized in my head where I would have stopped spraying, I'm still spraying when I'm counting. My magic number, okay, me personally, my magic number is 200. I'm not going back and forth with nobody, okay? Listen, I feel like you won't even see a dent in your fine fragrance mist. Now let's be clear. Get back in frame. I'm specifically talking about the mists that are this size. So the Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, Bodycology, the ones from Marshall's, TJ Maxx, the mists that are this size. I'm not talking about like Finery or Sol de Janeiro or like any of the other smaller mists. I'm talking about these big mists that seem like they never empty. I feel like if you don't at least hit 100 sprays in one use, you're not gonna see a dent. So 200 sprays for me, okay? Spray each limb about 50 times, okay? And then I probably spray like 50 to 75 times before I get in the shower, because I feel like you spray 10 to 15 times, that scent's gonna be gone by the time you put the bottle down and get in. So yeah, no, I spray enough before I get in the shower to where when I get in, I can actually enjoy the scent for a good 5 to 10 minutes before, you know, it eventually washes away in the steam. Again, this is how I do it. It's what's helping me get through these fragrance mists. And you can really eyeball it, because some mists you probably don't want to spray that much, and some mists you probably wouldn't mind spraying that much. For me, a lot of these mists that I have been spraying like that, I have backups of, some of them multiple backups. So I'm like, you could stand, okay, to be sprayed like crazy. And I will say, Into the Night was in this Use It Up, and I had oversprayed that, and I was almost unalived, okay? I was almost unalived. Like, it was, I guess I wouldn't do it again, but I'm just saying, okay, it was not a good look. So these are my tips that I have so far of what's been working for me to get through my items. Maybe I should also talk about perfumes before I wrap this up. So I will say, again, with perfumes, use your own personal judgment based on what the perfume is. Because some perfumes I will spray it like it's a body mist. And some of them, I'm not going to say I'm going to be stingy with, but I'm not just going to be out here like just free flowing. Pretty much anything that I can get from like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Burlington, anything I can get that's not super expensive, or that like I'm not afraid to part with, like the dossiers, even Donna, like my design, not just Donna, but like a lot of my designer scents that I could still go and repurchase. I'm not going to be too afraid to spray them. Like, I'm not going to spray Donna 50 times, but I remember the Ariana Grande scents I had before they emptied, those I would probably spray like 20 to 25 times, because to me they already weren't that strong to begin with. So I just treated them like a body mist, and it was something that it wasn't like I was trying to hold on to them. Now other ones like Atomic Rose or like the cupcakes, no, we're not doing that, okay? Again, use your best judgment when it comes to your collection. If it's something you don't mind spraying like crazy, go ahead, do your thing. And if it's something you know is like a little bit more difficult or pricey to replace, don't be out here, don't do that. Like, don't do that. So yes, I think that's the last tip. So before I start babbling and getting off track, I'm going to end the video here. I hope these tips have helped you with thinking about how to go and get through your items. Definitely huge thank you to my girlies online for always showing how they get through things. Especially, listen, if you do not follow Alicia, like, I keep saying that I intentionally mention her, but I don't post her content so that you can go follow her and check out her tips. I've been following her tips, okay? And then figured out how to use them in a way that works for me to get through my things faster. Her and Jazzy, okay? I'm not sure if Jazzy creates YouTube content yet, but I know Alicia does. But definitely, again, I will have their pages listed in this area right here, so you can, again, follow the girlies, because Alicia put us on. Like, it was the best accident ever with finding out that we can use the lotions in the shower, and I am like forever grateful to her for that. So yes, I said I was gonna babble. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and use your products. Use your products. Don't be stingy. Okay? Don't be stingy. I probably should have said that as one of the tips. Don't be stingy within reason. Okay. Yes, thank you for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next video.